All right, 5 of 27 Spanish banks failed the stress test today. European Central Bank Governing Council member Miguel Fernández Ordóñez said today that Spain's banking system is solid and in good health even after those results. Let's head over to Madrid, where Bloomberg's Manus Cranny is with Spain's Deputy Finance Minister José Manuel Campa.
Matt, thanks for that. We're joined by the Deputy Finance Minister now. It's been a pretty tough day. The public relations war, have they won it or not in terms of convincing equity markets that things are good in the Spanish banking system? Sir, a very good evening. First off, a lot of language used today. What we've got to ask you, first of all, is the 30% reduction in the real estate prices enough? Is that real, sir?
I think that's certainly more than enough, especially because we think about the 30% reduction is really on the finished homes. You know, Spain is a country that has a very high home ownership, over 85%, very stable incomes, and very low mobility, which is not such an asset for other things, but it suggests that prices are quite stable in the housing markets. But if you go beyond just pure finished homes and you look at the construction and the land for future homes, the price reductions in the stress test are actually quite large. Over 60%, for instance, for land prices.
Okay. The issue of recapitalizing the cajas that need more capital, do you think it is realistic to say we don't need to rush to do this, we can take until the end of 2010 to do this, and indeed we expect private equity to come to the front? Do you think that's realistic?
Well, first of all, you have to think about what's the size of the recapitalization that's needed. You know, the size of recapitalization is basically 2 billion euros for a system that has over 180 billion euros of capital. So that's slightly more than 1% overall. So that's a very small amount. Second, you know, it affects to 4 institutions which have already been recapitalized in some degrees. And third, you know, they have the ability to go to a private market if they want to. If not, they have the ability to go to the public fund. We have the FROB, which is a recapitalization fund that's there available for them. And you
don't believe that the FROB is going to have to raise any more capital? You think this is the end of your problems in terms of financing within the banking system, sir?
Well, I don't know if it's the end, but it certainly gives a strong signal. You know, it's very hard to predict, especially the future. Yeah. But it gives a strong signal that as we go forward, even in a very stressful situation, our system is very well capitalized. And the amount of money that is currently apparently needed according to this stress test, it's already available in the FROB.
So, okay, let's do it. Monday morning is going to be very important because the markets are going to react to really these stress tests. What are you hoping for in terms of reaction from the markets on Monday morning?
Well, I don't hope very much in terms of a big jump or a big reduction. What I do hope is that this contributes at least to build confidence. You know, it's one more step in building confidence.
Do you think you've won the confidence battle, sir? Very briefly.
I'm convinced we did.
You're very convinced.
I'm convinced we did, yes.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I know you've had a busy schedule.
Thank you very much.
That's the state of play.